Hey guys, let's get more news from Dallas Cowboys, but first don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. Cowboys owner Jerry Jones dreaming of home playoff game after another dominant win. The Dallas Cowboys were a 3-possession favorite going into Sunday's game against the New York Giants, and they easily covered that in a dominant 49-17 win that was even more lopsided than the final score would have you believe. It also extended their home winning streak to 12 consecutive games, and that success has team owner Jerry Jones wishing for a home playoff game. That's when I think about our success, or the result of our success, it hits me right in the face that if you don't have a certain kind of success, you won't get a playoff game at home. That's a big deal to me. You ask, and I'm saying, that's a big deal. That's not Super Bowl, but it's a pretty significant thing to think about not having a playoff game at home. When I go to camp, I think about that. It's a big deal. I know it is my point. The Cowboys last played a home playoff game during the 2021 season, falling to the San Francisco 49ers. Before that they beat the Seattle Seahawks during the 2018 playoffs at home. Their 2 playoff games a year ago were on the road. The best way for Dallas to get a home playoff game this season would be to find a way to overtake the Philadelphia Eagles in the NFC East. That, however, is easier said than done. Not only are the Cowboys 2 games behind the Eagles in the standings, Philadelphia also has the tiebreaker at the moment due to their win over the Cowboys a week ago. The Cowboys would need to win the rematch in a few weeks and also get some help. It is not just that Dallas is 4-0 at home this season that has to make Jones want a playoff game so much. It is the fact they are completely dominating teams at home. Including Sunday's win, Dallas has outscored its opponents by a 160-50 margin in those games. They are just 2-3 on the road, including a stunning loss at the Arizona Cardinals and a 42-10 defeat at San Francisco 49ers. You will reap a harvest, Brandon Cooks reacts to Dallas Cowboys breakout game. The Dallas Cowboys brought in Brandon Cooks with the expectation that he would be the number 2 receiver next to CeeDee Lamb, but through the first half of the season, that didn't exactly pan out. In his first 7 games as a Cowboy, Cooks, a 6-time 1,000-yard receiver, had just 17 catches for 165 yards and 2 touchdowns. It may have been due to injuries, as Cooks missed a Week 2 game against the New York Jets, or being overshadowed by other pass catchers, or any other reason. One thing's for sure, though, Cooks didn't let his lack of production get to him. "I'm not going down that path," Cooks said earlier this week. "Early on in my career, I went down that path, and it's not good for you mentally or the guys that are around you. When I say I trust it, I trust Coach Mike McCarthy, I trust Dak Prescott, and I trust the offense. It's gonna come, and when it comes, you'll know." Cook's patience paid off in a big way, as he finally had his first big game as a Cowboy on Sunday against the New York Giants. Cooks was all over the field, catching 9 passes for 173 yards, more than he had the entire season to this point, and a touchdown. The 10-year veteran was the Cowboys' leading receiver on a day where they crushed their rivals 49-17. Said Cooks after the win, reflecting on the Bible's Galatians 6 verses 9-10, "Don't grow weary in doing good, for at the proper time you will reap a harvest if you don't give up." The best part is that the Cowboys' other receivers thrived alongside Cooks. Lamb had 11 receptions for 151 yards and a touchdown, marking his 4th game in a row with over 100 yards. Michael Gallup caught 2 passes for 70 yards and a touchdown, Jake Ferguson added 26 yards and a touchdown on 4 receptions, and so on. When Cooks got the ball, the Cowboys thrived. "We know that he just looks like a rocket coming out of there," Cowboys owner Jerry Jones said. "You can see his acceleration, and when you see it with the ball in his hands in real life and in an NFL game, then that gets your attention. The more of that you do, the more it loosens up for more parts of our offense." Cooks promised he'd be ready whenever he got a greater opportunity, and with the way he played on Sunday, he more than backed up that claim. Rumor: Dallas Cowboys call Cardinals for trade for tight end Zach Ertz. With the NFL trade deadline less than 2 weeks away, rumors have ramped up exponentially in the past few days. The Dallas Cowboys' plan at the deadline is simple: add whatever is needed to finally get over the playoff hump. With the Cowboys being clear buyers, not to mention arguably the most popular team in the league, they have been the subject of a plethora of recent trade rumors. Those rumors range far and wide, but one of them seems particularly interesting. According to an NFL Analysis Network source, the Cowboys have reached out to the Arizona Cardinals about a trade involving tight end Zach Ertz. The Cowboys would love to get something done before the trade deadline, the source said. Zach Ertz is a name they have talked about. Conversations are ongoing between Dallas and Arizona. We are frankly a bit skeptically about this sourced material on a 33-year-old player who costs $12 million APY. But as for why the Cowboys would be interested in Ertz, it all goes back to one of their biggest struggles this season, red zone offense. Dallas has made 23 trips to the red zone this season, but has only reached the end zone on 9 of those trips. Ertz, who stands at 6'5" and 250 pounds, could be the matchup problem the Cowboys desperately need. After letting Dalton Schultz walk this offseason, the Cowboys have rolled with a young group at tight end to mixed results. Jake Ferguson has been solid with 21 receptions for 190 yards and a touchdown, but his fellow tight ends haven't been able to carve out a role in the offense. Adding a proven veteran such as Ertz, a 3-time Pro Bowl selection, would certainly help address this issue. If the Cowboys are truly interested in Ertz, there's a good chance he will be available. The Cardinals are looking to be sellers as a young team at 1-5, with that one win coming against the Cowboys, and any additional draft compensation would be enticing. Ertz also played just 46% of Arizona's offensive snaps in Sunday's loss to the Los Angeles Rams, with second-year tight end Trey McBride taking a larger role in the offense. Ertz arrived in Arizona via a midseason trade 2 years ago, but Cowboys fans probably know him better from his time with the Philadelphia Eagles from 2013 to 2021. Through his decade-plus-long career, Ertz has 7,415 yards and 46 touchdowns. And you fan, what do you think of the Zach Ertz situation? Leave your opinion in the comments.